Imagine sitting across from someone who has lived for a full century. Their eyes have seen the world change in ways you can barely imagine. They've witnessed wars and peace, heartbreak and joy, loss and love, and the rise and fall of countless trends and technologies. If you could ask them for the secret to a happy life, what would they say? Would it be about money, success or fame? Or would it be something deeper, something that can't be measured in numbers or possessions? Today we're going to listen to the voices of those rare individuals who have reached 100 years and beyond. Their stories, their laughter, and even their regrets hold the keys to a happiness that lasts a lifetime. If you're searching for meaning, for joy, or simply for a little more light in your days, stay with me. The next few minutes could change the way you see your own life. Let's begin with a story. Picture a small sunlit room in a quiet nursing home. There sits Mr. Albert, 102 years old, his hands folded neatly in his lap. When asked about the secret to his happiness, he smiles and says, "I learned to let go of what I couldn't control." It sounds simple, but for Albert, it was a lesson hard won. He lost his wife when he was just 50, struggled through financial hardship, and watched friends come and go. "I used to worry about everything," he admits. "But the older I got, the more I realized that worry never changed a thing. What mattered was how I responded, not what happened to me." This is the first secret. Happiness is not about avoiding pain or difficulty, but about learning to accept what you cannot change and focusing your energy on what you can. Contrast this with the way many of us live today, constantly anxious about the future, replaying past mistakes and trying to control every outcome. The centenarians we spoke to all agreed. The happiest people are not those with the fewest problems, but those with the greatest resilience. They know how to bend without breaking, to adapt when life throws them a curveball, and to find peace even in the midst of chaos. If you want to be happy, start by letting go of the need for everything to be perfect. Embrace the messiness of life, and trust that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. The second secret is about relationships. Over and over, 100-year-olds say that the people in their lives are their greatest source of joy. Not the things they owned, not the titles they earned, but the connections they built. Take the story of Maria, who celebrated her 101st birthday surrounded by 4 generations of family. "I never cared much for fancy things," she laughs, "but I always made time for my children, my friends, and even the neighbors down the street. When you get to my age, you realize that love is the only thing that really lasts." Maria's advice is simple. Invest in your relationships. Call your loved ones. Forgive quickly. Make time for laughter and shared meals. The happiest centenarians are those who nurtured their connections, even when life got busy or hard. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of individual success, to believe that happiness comes from personal achievement. But the oldest among us know that joy is multiplied when it's shared. They remind us that a life spent chasing only your own goals can feel empty, while a life spent building community, supporting others, and celebrating together is rich beyond measure. If you want to be happy, don't go it alone. Reach out, connect, and let yourself be part of something bigger than yourself. The third secret is gratitude. Every centenarian we spoke to mentioned the importance of appreciating what you have, rather than focusing on what you lack. For some, this meant being thankful for good health. For others, it was the simple pleasure of a morning cup of tea or the beauty of a garden in bloom. Take the example of George, who turned 100 last spring. "I start every day by saying thank you," he says. "Thank you for another sunrise, for the birds outside my window, for the chance to see my grandchildren grow." George's life hasn't been easy. He lived through the Great Depression, lost a child and battled illness, but his gratitude has been a constant source of strength. Gratitude is more than just a feeling. It's a practice. The happiest centenarians make it a habit to notice the good, to savor the small moments, and to express their thanks often. They know that happiness isn't about having everything you want, but about wanting everything you have. If you want to be happy, start by counting your blessings, not your problems. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day, and watch how your perspective shifts. As we move forward, let's pause and reflect. The secrets to a happy life, according to those who have lived the longest, are not hidden in some distant place or reserved for the lucky few. They are found in the way you respond to life's challenges, in the relationships you nurture, and in the gratitude you practice every day. These are lessons that anyone can learn at any age. In the next section, We'll dive deeper into the wisdom of 100-year-olds, exploring their advice on purpose, health, and the art of finding joy in the ordinary. We'll share more stories, more laughter, and more practical tips to help you build a life that's not just long, but truly happy. If you ask a centenarian about the meaning of life, you might expect a grand philosophical answer. But more often than not, their wisdom is rooted in the everyday. For many, happiness is not about chasing big dreams or waiting for extraordinary moments. It's about finding purpose and joy in the ordinary routines that make up most of our days. This is the fourth secret. Happiness is built, not found, and it's often hiding in plain sight. Let's meet Evelyn, who turned 100 last year. She spent her life as a schoolteacher in a small town, never traveled far and never became famous. Yet, when asked about her happiest memories, she smiles and says, "Every morning I woke up with a reason to get out of bed. I had my students, my garden, my friends. I always had something to look forward to, even if it was just a cup of tea on the porch." Evelyn's story is a reminder that purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as caring for a pet, tending a garden, or helping a neighbor. The happiest 100-year-olds are those who found meaning in their daily lives, who woke up each day with a sense of intention. No matter how small, contrast this with the pressure many people feel to find their passion or achieve something extraordinary. The centenarians we spoke to say that happiness is not about chasing a single elusive dream. It's about showing up, doing your best, and finding satisfaction in the process. They encourage young people to stop waiting for the perfect opportunity and to start making the most of what's in front of them. If you want to be happy, look for purpose in the present moment, not just in some distant future. The fifth secret is about health, not just physical health, but mental and emotional well-being. The oldest among us have seen firsthand how important it is to take care of your body and mind. They know that health is the foundation for everything else you want to do in life. Take the story of Samuel, who celebrated his 103rd birthday by taking a walk around his neighborhood. "I never smoked, I ate my vegetables, and I kept moving," he says with a grin. "But I also laughed a lot. I didn't let little things get to me." Samuel's advice is simple. Move your body every day, eat well, get enough sleep, and don't sweat the small stuff. But health isn't just about habits. It's also about attitude. Many centenarians credit their longevity and happiness to a positive outlook. They've faced loss, illness, and disappointment, but they choose to focus on what they can control. They practice acceptance, let go of grudges, and make time for joy. If you want to be happy, take care of your body, but don't forget to nurture your mind and spirit as well. Another lesson from 100-year-olds is the importance of adaptability. Life is full of change, some of it welcome, some of it not. The happiest centenarians are those who learn to adapt, to let go of what no longer served them, and to embrace new experiences with an open heart. Take the example of Rose, who moved to a new city at age 90 to be closer to her grandchildren. "It was scary at first," she admits, "but I made new friends, found new routines, and discovered that I was stronger than I thought." Rose's story is a testament to the power of flexibility. The world will keep changing whether you like it or not. The secret is to change with it, to stay curious, and to keep learning no matter your age. Let's talk about laughter. Every centenarian we interviewed mentioned the importance of humor. They've learned not to take themselves too seriously, to find the funny side of life, and to laugh often, especially at themselves. Laughter, they say, is a medicine that keeps the heart young. It helps you cope with stress, connect with others, and see the world with fresh eyes. If you want to be happy, make time for joy. Watch a funny movie, tell a joke, or simply smile at a stranger. The happiest people are often the ones who can find something to laugh about, even on the hardest days. As we reflect on these lessons, it's clear that the secrets to a happy life are not complicated. They're not hidden in self-help books or reserved for the lucky few. They're found in the way you live each day, in the routines you build, the people you love, the attitude you choose, and the laughter you share. The centenarians we spoke to are living proof that happiness is not a destination, but a way of traveling. In the next section, we'll bring together all these lessons, sharing more stories and practical advice from those who have lived the longest. We'll explore how to build resilience, how to let go of regret, and how to create a legacy of happiness that lasts long after you're gone. Because the truth is, the happiest 100-year-olds are not just living for themselves, they're lighting the way for all of us. If you could gather all the wisdom of 100-year-olds into a single message, it would be this: happiness is a choice made every day, in the way you see the world and the way you treat others. The centenarians we've met are not just survivors of time, they are masters of perspective. They have learned to focus on what matters, to let go of what doesn't, and to find beauty in the ordinary. Their lives are a testament to the power of resilience, kindness, and hope. One of the most powerful lessons from those who have lived a century is the importance of letting go of regret. Every person makes mistakes, faces disappointments, and experiences loss. But the happiest 100-year-olds are not weighed down by the past. They have learned to forgive themselves and others, to accept what cannot be changed, and to move forward with grace. Take the story of Henry, who lost his best friend in an argument that was never resolved. For years he carried the weight of that regret. But as he grew older, he realized that holding on to pain only robbed him of joy. "I learned to forgive, even if I never got an apology," he says. "It set me free." If you want to be happy, let go of old grudges. Make peace with your past, and give yourself permission to start fresh. Building resilience is another secret to a happy life. The centenarians we spoke to have faced wars, pandemics, economic crises, and personal tragedies. Yet they are not defined by what happened to them, but by how they responded. They adapted, they persevered, and they found reasons to hope even in the darkest times. Resilience, they say, is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When life knocks you down, get back up. When you face setbacks, look for the lesson. The happiest people are not those who never struggle, but those who never give up. Creating a legacy of happiness is the final secret. The oldest among us know that true joy comes from giving, not just receiving. They have spent their lives building families, supporting friends, and helping their communities. They find meaning in service, in kindness, and in the small ways they make the world better. Take the example of Lillian, who spent her 100th birthday knitting blankets for newborns at the local hospital. "It makes me happy to help," she says simply. "I may not be able to do much, but I can do something." The happiest centenarians are those who give freely of their time, their love, and their wisdom. They know that happiness grows when it's shared. As you reflect on these stories, ask yourself, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? How can you bring more kindness, more laughter, and more hope into the lives of those around you? The answers don't have to be grand. Sometimes the smallest acts, a smile, a kind word, a helping hand, can have the biggest impact. The centenarians we've met also remind us to stay curious. Never stop learning, never stop exploring, and never stop asking questions. The world is full of wonder, and there is always something new to discover. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, traveling to a new place, or simply reading a book, curiosity keeps the mind young and the spirit alive. The happiest 100-year-olds are those who greet each day with a sense of adventure, no matter their age. And finally, they urge us to savor the present. Life is made up of moments, some big, some small, some joyful, some painful. The secret is to be fully present for all of them. Don't rush through your days, always chasing the next goal or worrying about what's next. Slow down, notice the beauty around you. Listen to the people you love. Taste your food, feel the sun on your face, and let yourself be moved by the simple pleasures of life. The happiest centenarians are those who have learned to live in the moment, to appreciate what they have, and to find joy in the here and now. As we close this journey through the wisdom of 100-year-olds, remember that happiness is not a destination you reach at the end of a long road. It's the way you travel, the choices you make, and the love you share along the way. The secrets to a happy life are not hidden. They are right in front of you, waiting to be embraced. So take a lesson from those who have lived the longest. Let go of what you can't control. Invest in your relationships. Practice gratitude. Find purpose in the everyday. Take care of your health, adapt to change, and laugh often. Forgive yourself and others. Build resilience, give back, stay curious, and savor the present. These are the true secrets to a happy life, revealed by those who know best. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found these lessons meaningful, share them with someone you care about. Leave a comment below with the best advice you've ever received from an elder, or the secret to happiness you want to pass on. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more stories, more wisdom, and more inspiration to help you live your happiest life. Remember, you don't have to wait until you're 100 to start living with joy, gratitude, and purpose. The time to begin is now. Your story is still being written. Make it a happy one.